Do you want to unplug from the world for a minute?
Yes.
Longer?
Longer than a minute.
Okay. Well, you've come to the right place because in this video, we're talking about our favorite tips and tricks on how to get the best and longest experience boondocking in your RV.
Boondocking.
Boondocking! Boondocking!
Stop!
Boondocking!
Stop! Leave to go boondocking.
Boondocking!
Stop!
Boondocking!
We are Ben and Ashley, and we are the Honeycut crew. We are part of the
Part of
Honey
it.
crew.
We got 3 kids
We're
too.
the parents.
Yeah, we're the old ones. We've been living in our RV right here for the past 9 months.
This video is a little bit different than what we usually give y'all. Normally, you're going around with us and seeing these cool mountains and national parks and the cool lakes and stuff. We really didn't know what we were doing when we first started this. We had literally never slept in an RV before.
Correct.
And we had no clue what we were doing. So now, 9 months in, we
Got a little bit of a clue.
Yeah, and we've been boondocking for like 99% of that time. So we've got some tips for you. Hey Ben,
What?
what is boondocking?
Great question, Ashley. If you are new to RVing or you've just never heard the term boondocking, here's a quick definition. Boondocking is simply unplugging.
Yeah, dry camping.
Dry camping.
No water hookups, no electric hookups.
We're off the grid.
We're off the grid.
Completely off the grid. So if you want to learn how to be a little bit more off the grid, this video is for you. But this video is not going to be a boondocking versus full hookup campground. Like, there's pros and cons to both. It just depends on how you want to RV or camp. Also, this is just the way we do it. It's not the right way or the wrong way or even the best way necessarily. And your mileage may vary.
Yeah, just depending on your like water tank size, your gray tank, black tank, battery bank size, the size of your family, the weather, all of that. It all plays a little role.
And even your own like lifestyle and rhythms and preferences
how
on how you want to
use your computer or your TV and
exactly
all that.
Before we get into our tips and our tricks, there is some equipment that you can have that will help maximize your stay. Things like solar. What else?
Extra batteries.
Extra batteries, generator, Air Max fans. We have those to help airflow.
Just to touch a little bit on our solar, we have a solar suitcase from Zamp. I think it's 100 watts, is that right?
She's going to look like we know what numbers mean.
70 watts looks like. We don't really know what 70 watts means.
Yeah, it's just numbers.
So that's 1,870,000 million.
We don't really know
Numbers
what 70
and
watts
words.
means, but we know that that will bring us in, if we're on a sunny day, then it'll bring us in about 60 amp hours. And
Also just numbers that we don't know what it means.
Yeah,
but the higher the better.
definitely helps us not have to use our generator as much.
Right, it charges our batteries throughout the day.
Yeah.
Usually, if it's a sunny day, enough to
Not have to use the generator at all.
yeah. You don't have to have any or all of that stuff, and you can have more than that stuff where you can stay even longer. So for us, our average, like if we're boondocking and staying in a spot, we can stay
About 10 days.
yeah, 10-ish days before we have to pack up and go dump tanks and fill up with water, that kind of thing.
Before you leave to go boondocking, you have to know where you're going.
Correct. How do we find out where we want to go?
We, Ashley.
Yeah, we's generous term there. Hit them with those apps, babe.
All right, Harvest Hosts,
Boom,
Boondockers Welcome,
boom,
and Camp Indian.
boom. And all these basically provide free places to stay, but Harvest Hosts and
Boondockers
Welcome
there
is like
are
a yearly
memberships. Yeah.
But it's totally paid off for us already.
Oh, like in two visits, it pays off. Another benefit of using the apps is that you can read the reviews and know if your rig is the right size for that area, if the dirt road's gonna be not passable.
Yeah, and it'll help you get kind of a virtual lay of the land even before you arrive.
Yeah, they even show cell service, like different carrier cell service.
Right. So right now we're actually staying right outside of Glacier National Park in Montana, and there were a few different spots that we could have gone to boondock, and we chose this one for the stronger internet and cell service, just because that's what we needed for the next few days, as opposed to going to one that's probably prettier, has a slightly better view, just for this time. But we go for the better views a lot.
That's true.
But for this time, we just need the cell service.
And if possible, it's always a good idea, and we know this from experience, to scout out your location before you get there with your rig.
Now you know where you're going. Here are a few pre-arrival tips.
Yep.
You want to empty your black tank.
Yep.
Empty your gray tank. Fill up your water tank.
Fill it with gas.
Fill up with gas, and fill your propane.
Yeah.
Then once you're there, you want to find the most level spot you can. And if you have a choice, pick the best viewing experience. So like that, I mean, that can make a difference on if you back your rig into the spot or pour forward
or turn like
sideways. And again, it just depends on what you want to do and what you want to see. So do you want to wake up in the morning to have the beautiful sunrise coming out of the front of your rig, or at the back,
your bedroom,
or do you want to walk out to the sunrise? So all that plays a factor when you have a choice.
Once you're at your spot and you're parked and you're level and you're set up,
ready to go, how do we maximize our experience?
our water.
Water is what we run out of quickest. So we can make our black tank last, we can make our gray tank last longer, but it's always water that goes first. So like that's probably the thing that we most focus on when we're boondocking is conserving water.
When our water pump comes on, you can hear it wherever you are in the rig. It's not super loud, but it's a distinct sound, and we will yell water.
Yeah, because when we hear it, it's just like that is time in the spot going away. So we hear it and everybody yells water. In other words, shut the water off.
The funny thing is, Kanan has started yelling
It's
water.
2.5. Every time he hears it, water.
Water!
Water. Here is water saving tip number 1.
Dishes. We use paper plates. We don't usually use paper cups, but we use stainless steel cups, and normally we're just drinking water out of them.
Drinking water bottles.
Yeah,
too.
and we're drinking in water bottles. So
the first tip on dishes is just to reduce the
amount of dishes you use.
Obviously.
But when you do have to wash the dishes,
Okay.
how do we save that water?
All right, so this is how you save it. Either like a dishpan or a fairly big size bowl. Put it in the sink, and I run in like, I don't know, a few cups of hot water and put dish soap with it. I wash dishes, like, you know, all the silverware, and then I put them in the next one, and then I rinse them. So I turn on the water just a little trickle, and then I'm rinsing it as good as I can, and then I put them over on our little drying mat. So showers.
Key is just not to take showers. So when you do take a shower, it's a short shower. You only use the water when you need it.
Rinse off, you just get your hair wet, you know, and then you turn
Shut
it
it off. We don't shower every day.
No, but
Spoiler alert.
but we do have cloths that are like, we have some Norwex cloths, but they're really expensive. And I found some on Amazon that have the silver that's supposed to be antimicrobial, and we use those for dishwashing and body washing.
A little wipe down bath.
Yeah, we call it a dry bath. And so that means I put a bowl full of water, hand it to a kid with a rag, and say, go wash. You use like 4 cups of water versus 6 gallons or 10 gallons or whatever. You stay clean, but you're saving water.
Cleanish.
No, it's really clean.
No, it's cleanish.
Shut up.
Okay. We're super clean.
Ladies, I almost forgot an important part of boondocking is saving water and still having silky smooth legs. So, so I get my bowl, my razor, and hair conditioner. And since we're using conditioner, there's no need to rinse it off like you would if you were using soap or shaving cream. So there you go. Just another way to save water while you're boondocking.
We don't have a ton of gray tank space saving tips because saving water automatically saves space in your gray tank, other than just be conscious of how much water is going down the sink.
So when washing your hands, instead of like putting it on all the way, oh gosh, I can't hardly stand that.
Water!
Even if I'm in like a regular house now, I just can't use that much water anymore.
I feel like even when like the kids are drinking water now. I'm just like, you don't need that. Just a couple sips of water a day. It's plenty.
If we're getting close on water, we will buy gallons of water just to carry with us in the Jeep if we're doing hikes or stuff, just so we're not using the water out of our tank.
And then any water that can be collected and dumped outside as opposed to down your tank obviously saves space.
And anytime I'm washing something really dirty, like if it's a pan that's really gross, or like coffee grounds in something, usually I'll dump it out the window or walk it outside and just dump it out.
Next category of ways to maximize and make your stay even longer is limiting your electric power. You go outside. When you're outside of your rig or your RV, then you're not using as much power naturally.
Inside.
And plus you're seeing the things that you want to see. You don't want to stay stuck in your RV all day. Weather permitting, go outside. But of course there are times where you need to use AC power, which is power that can't come directly from your batteries.
Right. That's like a hairdryer or a microwave or an air conditioner.
So there are times when having a generator is helpful. So what we like to do, we don't run our generator all day. We try to stay in places to where we're not going to need the AC as much. But when we do use the AC, of course we run the generator. We make sure we don't waste it. So we make sure everything is plugged up.
Charge the computers.
Charging all the
cameras.
devices. A quick tip is, I think most RVs have at least one power inverter, which in non-scientific terms, because I don't know what it actually does, but it changes DC power, which I don't know what it is, into AC power, which I don't really know what it is.
Are you stupid or something?
But it powers things
that
differently.
Have plug-ins. Like, that's the thing. It's like DC is like the things that go into a cigarette lighter in a car, and AC is the thing that, like, the prongs, like the regular plug-ins in a house. Your lights and stuff run on DC in the RV, but if we're wanting to use AC power, then we need an
Again,
inverter.
like a TV or anything like that. So you can have an inverter. We have one in our bedroom that just came with, that was installed in the RV, but we also have a couple separate ones that we can plug into the front, so we can charge a computer or something without having to crank the generator. Black tank tips. If you're new to RV, you might be like, what's the black tank?
It's like what it sounds. It's the poop tank.
Yeah, it's where all of your pee-pee and poo-poo go. So here are some tips on how to conserve space in your black tank. Number 1, limit your homemade chili consumption. Don't laugh at that.
Number 2, do it fast.
Yeah, don't eat at all, actually. That helps.
Wear diapers. That could be one.
Yeah. This is valuable content for you.
We use Happy Camper, and it is a little powder that we get on Amazon.
It helps save space in your black tank by...
Oh yeah, it breaks down all the stuff. That's what I was saying. It's like live, it's like live stuff. It's kind of like probiotics for your black tank. So it breaks down all the stuff and makes it to where it doesn't stick to the walls of your black tank and mess with your sensors. And it also like eliminates odors for the most part, completely.
Which enhances your experience.
For sure.
Just like you want to limit your water usage to save space in your gray tank, you want to limit your toilet paper usage. We have a daily allowance of toilet paper, and it's 5 sheets. So once you run out of your 5 sheets of toilet paper, best of luck.
We're just gonna go there. If you do number 1, then, and you're a lady, you use toilet paper, and boys don't.
That is brand new information!
So sometimes it might be a good idea to put that toilet paper in the trash.
Instead of flushing it down.
Yeah.
I think that about wraps it up for the tips and tricks that we've learned.
Yeah.
Maybe one overarching is just before you even do it, as you're thinking about unplugging from the world and going to dry camp or boondock, you just adjust your perspective and your attitude and your expectations, because it is different than a full hookup campground.
Yeah.
You lose some of the convenience and the amenities that we're used to, but it's a...
Gosh, I was trying to like go for it and it was on my glasses.
But it's a nice trade-off for being able to get out into the country and wilderness and see all the beautiful things.
To me, it always feels so much more free when we're boondocking. Like, if you're in an RV park, there's usually people pretty close, or a campground, there's usually people pretty close to you. And even though there's people close to us here, it just feels like this is just as much our space as it is their space, and like, I don't know, it just feels almost like home. It's just a home everywhere we go.
One of the things that we do is after our 10-ish days where we have been unplugged, is we will sometimes go for at least one night into a campground that has hookups, just to kind of help us recharge. It charges our batteries all the way back up.
Yeah.
We get actually recharged, just where we don't have to, because you're constantly thinking about that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
when you do have the full hookup, one of the pros is you don't have to think about that. You don't have to think about how much water you're using or how much power you're using, and you can just fully relax.
And you can just take a long shower.
You can take such a long hot shower. So it's good to do that every now and then. So we probably do that a couple times a month.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hopefully these tips were helpful for you. And like we said in the beginning, we definitely don't know everything.
No.
So if you are an experienced RVer or even a rookie RVer and you have some good ideas or tips, we'd love to hear about them. Let us know in the comments below. And if you are new to this channel and this is the first video you're watching of us, we have lots of other videos that again are on the vloggy side that are
On the
tracking our adventures and places that we're going, that kind of thing. Welcome. We'd love for you to subscribe if you got any value out of this content at all.
Yeah.
Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, all the YouTube things. Thanks for watching. You always like to give that little da 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 at the end.
Hi, I'm Ben and Ashley.
What's up, guys? My name is Ben.
I'm Ashley.
I look down at your boobs.
I was a little slow on that.
What's up, guys? My name is Ben,
I'm Ashley.
and we are 2/5 of the Honeycut crew.
The Honeycut crew. This feels so fake.
We've been living in our RV right here for the past 9 months.
Yeah. I can't. It feels so fake, I can't. Stuff. But this time, since
You look
we're...
down.
Did I?
But
But usually we bring you guys on our trips.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what they are. Do you smiles and you pretty
I'll
face?
throw it in there.
Here we go.
Oh, this fly is driving me crazy.
Get it.
Go get the gun.
Hey, hush. Hey, stop.
You gonna put that in the video?
No. Oh, but on a serious note, we be conscious of how much toilet paper you use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boondocking!
I don't know where you're going from there. So this video is a little bit different. Stupid fly.
And boondocking, docking.
That southern coming out. Before you leave.
Before you even start to go,
But it's
and your mileage may vary.